Convention on Nuclear Weapons, Part 1. The Draft Convention on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons and the Evolving International Nuclear Law. The international legal framework that deals with nuclear weapons may collectively be styled as the International Nuclear Law. And this framework, obviously like other areas of international law, is not static. One aspect that calls for comment is that the international nuclear law falls in a shared domain of both jus and bellum law of war. Jus and bellum, which is the law of war, and the jus in bello, the law in war, in so much as it deals with both the potential of the use or the threat to and the use of nuclear weapons to its actual use during the armed conflicts. In this context, the Draft Convention on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, herein draft CPNW, warrants appreciation and examination. This write-up serves a dual purpose. First, it briefly outlines the evolution of the international nuclear law since 1945. And the second, it presents the characteristic features of the draft CPNW. The evolution of international nuclear law. The evolution of the international nuclear law is related to the discovery of atomic energy. Significant events leading to the evolution of the law may be outlined as under. Number 1. The matter of elimination of weapons of mass destruction, WMDs, has been on the agenda of the United Nations General Assembly, UNGA, since 1946. When through its first resolution, the UNGA established a commission to deal with the problems related to the discovery of atomic energy, on the recommendation of First Committee of the UN that deals with the disarmament and international security, DISEG, the resolution provided that the commission so established should develop proposals for the elimination from national armaments of atomic weapons and of all other major weapons adaptable to mass destruction. Based on the soft international law of UNGA resolution, the UN took upon its first task of eliminating atomic weapons. Number 2, Orange Plan of the US is considered the second most important event in the development of the law. It may be noted after the Second World War, the debate about the peaceful and non-peaceful uses of atomic energy ensued, resulting into two schools of thought in the US. The first was led by the Secretary of War, Henry Stimson, who was of the view that the non-peaceful use of atomic energy was a scientific discovery and could not be monopolized forever by the US. And the proponent of the opposing school of thought was the Secretary of State, James Byrnes, who advocated monopoly of the US on the non-peaceful use of the atomic energy. The two sides tried to influence the policy of then President of the US, Harry S. Truman. The non-monopolist view prevailed and the US and the Soviets developed understanding to hand over the control of atomic energy to the United Nations Atomic Energy Commission, UNAEC.